Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. So I have not one, but two different tutorials on how to use those Dollar Tree candy cane forms. So let's get started and have some fun. We're not only going to do one wreath, we're going to do two wreaths with the Dollar Tree candy cane wreath form. That's a lot of words. Okay, so let me show you the difference, all right? So these are the projects we're going to learn today. Let me put them over here. Kind of want to show you the difference. So Dollar Tree went from a 20-inch, was that 20-inch? Yep. It went from a 20-inch candy cane to a 14-inch. That's what you can get this year. So you can definitely use the bigger candy cane wreath form with these projects. You're just going to need more ribbon, more burlap, etc. Now this is just to kind of give you a very beginners, very easy to do. Anybody can do this. Now, if you want to watch someone, I have a wreath video where I use this deco mesh and I use a white and I show you how to do like these little starbursts, okay? I will leave that in the description box below and you can go watch those videos. I have a one with deco mesh and then I have a really pretty one where I take the candy cane and go upside down and we wrap it with yarn and put a little owl and put greenery, and it is the cutest. It's one of my favorites. So whether you want to use the big one or the little one, doesn't matter. Another option that you can use, Dollar Tree has these tinseled candy canes. You can take off the tinsel and you can use this as well. So if you can't find this little one or you can't find the big one, but you can find this, grab this. It'll work just as well. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to cover it with a ribbon. Now, a lot of people do this. This is not an original idea from me. I mean, people have been doing this concept for years. So I've got my handy dandy SureBonder glue gun, which I love and I recommend. And you can get, again, all of my tools, everything that I use, you can get in my Amazon storefront, and the link is down in the description box below. I'm going to use this really pretty ribbon that I got from the Wreath shop. It's got like this emerald green, red, and some black. It's a really pretty plaid. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece, okay? I'm going to measure here, see how much that is. About 10 inches. I'm going to cut a piece about 10 inches. And actually, we're going to cut another piece, but we won't need it to be quite as long. We're going to cut the second piece 8 inches. Since we're cutting, we're just going to go ahead and do it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around and we are going to glue this, so that we're going to glue this side and we're going to glue that side, okay? And I'm simply doing this because I want that bottom edge to have a nice seal on it. So we're going to just cover it here. So be very careful with the glue because it is hot. Make sure you get it on underneath there. Nobody's going to see this part where we're gluing it. So I don't have my little glue fingers, so I'm going to use this, see, and kind of, this is just a chip clip that I get from Dollar Tree. I love them. And we're just going to like make sure it all gets nice and stable, okay? So we're going to do that side, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I'm going to glue that down as well. Okay, so we have both on our edges there. So I'm just going to take my ribbon and you're going to just start on the back and I'm going to glue it down. All right, make sure it's the right side. Let's do this side. Actually, no, I had the right side. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and I'm going to glue it down to get it started. So let's let that set up for a moment. Okay, so now that I've got that glued down, you're just simply going to make sure I'm going to kind of tuck that one under a little bit because I don't want it to go over. Okay, I'm just going to start wrapping this very tight, and you're just going to kind of go at a little bit of an angle, not too much of one. Actually, I'm just going to do that. Okay. And depending on whatever print is in your ribbon, I wish I could show that a little bit more, but that's still really pretty. I'm just kind of going with the way it looks. And you're just going to keep it tight, okay? There's really no need to add more glue to this. If you keep it nice and tight, it shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to keep wrapping it. And then when I get to the end here, I'm going to come back, okay? So just keep it nice and taut. Okay, so I cut my ribbon there. You can hear my elephants upstairs. My little herd. And I'm just going to keep going. And since we kind of have this pattern thing going, I don't want to leave it like that, okay? So I'm going to keep going till the edge. This is the edge. So we're going to keep going a few more. All right, well, I can't go anymore. I think I cut it just enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this, and then we're going to cut it. So let me, actually, this is the end. So I'm going to glue it right here. Make sure it's nice and taut or pulled hard there. And I'm going to put some glue and kind of do that. Let's see, are we at the end? We are. You feel here? Yeah. So I think, yeah, that'll be perfect. So at this point, I can cut this. Okay. And I am going to, let's see if we do this way, kind of bend it over, and then we're going to just bring it over. Yep, that'll work. Like you're wrapping a present, okay? Then I'm going to take my clip here, and I have a little bit of glue coming out at this edge. That's okay. Again, crafting is not perfection. And you'll drive yourself crazy if you're searching for perfection. Because there's nothing I make that's perfect. Let me tell you that one right now. Okay, so we've got that done. So at this point, you're just going to put your embellishments on. I'm just going to make a really cute little bow for right here. So just hold on. That's the next step. Okay, so I'm going to use this burlap ribbon that I had gotten from Walmart earlier this year, and it's like this Christmas green, hunter green, I don't know what you want to call it, but we're going to cut a piece of this out, and if I can get a link, it will be in the description box below, and I'm going to cut this out at 14 inches. So this is 14 inches, okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the ribbon that we put on our wreath. Here, we're going to do another 14 inches. So you can just like make sure it's, you know, the same size. And then I have another kind of, I'm just going to finish it off with this really cute green ribbon here. Okay, so we've got that. We got it all layered out. So this is simple, guys. So easy. All right. So I'm going to flip it. All right. And I'm going to bring it over one side here into the middle. Oops, come on. I'm going to bring it over onto the other side. Now I'm going to put some glue, and we're going to glue all of that. So let's just kind of flip it over. Yep, it looks good. And I'm going to glue it all. I'm going to put little dots of glue underneath some of the ribbon where we're connecting everything, okay? And then you're just going to let that dry. Let it just sit there and chill and just get nice and glued together, okay? See, mine got a little bit crooked, so just kind of pull down on it a little bit, okay? So let that, woo, I just got my finger. That's why I told you, leave it alone. Use the back of your scissors here. This will work. Let it dry, okay? And then we'll come back. Okay, so we've got it. It's pretty dry. And then instead of a wire or something, I have these little, like, I want to say they're called pip berries or something. I had gotten these from Dollar Tree, and I can't remember if I got them last year or if I got them this year. Have no clue. So what you're going to do, I know I'm not very helpful. I got glue on my nails. You're going to start down here and you're just going to take your ribbon and you're going to kind of squish it all together. Okay. Kind of make it nice and nice, neat and nice in the middle. And then I'm going to take my pip or pipe berries or whatever you call them. And this has wire in it. So you know what? That doesn't look very even. So let's move my fingers over a little bit. That looks a little bit better. I'm just going to start. Actually, let's leave a little bit out here. I might use that instead of gluing it. I might use these to tie it onto the wreath. And I'm just going to kind of go in the middle here. And then that way it just kind of gives us another little something. Make sure this looks good. Whoops, just a little. All right, I'm gonna go around one more time, okay? And then I'm gonna twist what I have here. And you could do this with a pipe cleaner. You could do this with wire and then cover it. So I'm just gonna cut this. Should probably get my wire cutters. That's what I need. I don't need a really nice scissors, okay? Take your little candy cane and find out where you want to put this. And I'm going to put it about right there, and I'm going to twist it really good. All right. And I'm going to press it down actually a little bit. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, that's so cute. So I'm going to twist this a little bit. Oops, I crushed some berries down there. That's all right. And then I'm going to just cut it. And you have your first, let's like work on this. Go through and just kind of pop that bow, okay? So there, you can do any bow here. If you like a certain bow that you like, I have bow videos if you want to check something out, but I just thought that was cute. It keeps it nice and simple. I've got little pipe berries on my thing here, but I think that's cute. It's very simple. This did not take a lot of time and it does not take a lot of supplies, okay? So that is wreath number 1. Okay, so wreath number 2, we're going to use a roll of burlap. I'm going to use this really cute buffalo check from Hobby Lobby. And I do believe 1 roll is going to be more than enough. So if you've got it already, or if you have something that you like even better, you could do like a red and a white theme here too. Go right ahead. So you're going to take your burlap, and we're going to start on the back of this, okay? So basically what I want to do is I want to gather it, and I need to find a point where we're starting here, okay? So I'm just going to take a zip tie. I've got a bunch of these different sizes of these black zip ties, and I'm going to use those because there's black in the burlap, so we're going to do that. All right, so the first one I'm going to do, I think I did it about, let me see here, we're going to do, I think, let's see here, no, we don't need that much. All right, so the first one, I'm going to kind of gather at the 8-inch mark. So that was about 8 inches. I'm going to come over, all right? And what we're going to do is we're going to just make little loops, okay? So I'm going to take this longer one because we're going to go through 2 layers because of that one underneath. Okay. So let's do the next one. All right, so let's do, you're going to take about a 7-inch approach here. You could probably do the 8-inch, but I'm going to do the 7-inch, maybe 7.5, okay? And I'm going to go through these 2 brackets. So the bigger zip tie might be a little bit easier for me. I don't know. So again, we're going to take about another 7 inches. So that's about right there. That's why I love having these cutting mats. I know that it's like, you know, you see all this grid and you probably would like to look at something different, but it really does help me when I'm making a wreath. So this is going to be kind of like the bubble method. So we're going to put this underneath the first bracket here. So basically, what did we do? We put about 3 loops per section here, and then you're just going to kind of play with it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take this approach. We're going to start, we're going to keep going around until we get to the end, and then we'll finish it underneath here. So that's all there is to this. That's it. So I'm going to keep going, and you might need 4. If I need 4, I'll come back and show you, but you're just going to keep doing the same thing, going about that 7 inches. And when you keep it the same like length, you know, you're just going to have a more uniform look. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'll be right back, and we'll make our little bow and maybe add a little sprig or something to it as well. That, please. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do like 2 more loops together because we're going to tie them together. So I'm going to do 7 inches. I'm looking on my chart here. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So that's my 7 inches, and now I'm going to do an 8-inch, and I'm going to do this. Okay, so I've got both ends. All right, this will be the little tricky part. So I'm going to have them together there. Take my zip tie, and you're going to want a longer zip tie for this part. Okay, you just are, at least for me. Today I have to have it because my hands are just not doing very well. And these are thicker zip ties than I normally use, and I don't think that's helping me either. I usually use a much thinner, as you can see. I use this, and I have these in my Amazon shop, and they're just so easy. Oh, no, that's not the right one. These are 8-inch, and you can see the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference or not, but they're just thinner. They're just much easier on my hands. There's just no way around it. So clip that. So now let's go to the back here and cut this, and then we'll kind of fluff it. So I'm just going to cut it. All right. Put this to the side. Let's flip it over. And then we're just going to kind of play with her a little bit and kind of get her in the shape we want. Again, we're going to do a little bow action here, and I think what we're going to do is going to kind of like make a little indent, like make it like, all right, you guys are going this way, you guys are going this way. So just to make everything lay right. So I think that's good. That's where I want it. So hold on. Let's figure out what we're going to do for the middle. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to put this to the side. I cut 15 inches, just a little bit bigger than the other one. But we're really not, I don't want too much of this to show for the bow because I feel like it just kind of blends in with it. But since I had some already, so I'm going to use this as a base and kind of make a nice structural, you know, base for us. So I cut 2 pieces of my black and snowflake. This came from the Wreath shop as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly glue this onto my burlap in different spots, okay? Because we're just going to make the burlap is going to add the structure to the bow that I want, and it's going to be a little similar to what we just did with the other one, but that's okay. I think we're going to make this be really pretty. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on here, and I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to glue it again, just a little dot there. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to bring it together like we did the other one. So let's let this dry, kind of set up. All right. So now that that's dry, I'm going to bring it in here. We're going to bring it in here. And then I'm going to add, again, some more glue. So a little bit there. A little bit over here. Let's turn it around and do the same thing. It shouldn't come through your burlap or your ribbon. Okay, so let's let that set up and we'll be right back. Okay, so we have it glued, and we're just going to kind of gather it like so that then we have that in the middle. And then we'll be able to kind of come through here and like puff these out. I got a little bit of glue there. That's okay. What I'm going to do now is I've got this actually. So I've got this pipe cleaner and I'm going to put it around it and hold it. And then I'm going to twist it. Okay. Now that's where we're going to kind of make our bow pop a little bit. I have some of this. You could do this with a pipe cleaner, but I have some of this cording that I think will be pretty. Got it at Hobby Lobby in the fabric section. And I'm going to just kind of go around that. You know what? Let me see. What does 2 times? Yeah, 2 times. I'm going to go around that twice. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. Once, twice. Okay. Have your pipe cleaners go the opposite directions. Here we go. And then you're going to twist. So then you're just going to take it and you're going to go through that wreath frame here and you're going to kind of pull it down. All right. Yep. And that was big enough to do, to tie. Just going to wrap it around here. And then you can kind of play with it. If you don't like the white in the middle, you don't have to do that. I think it's kind of cute. But you can also add some berries. You could do all sorts of things. You could just kind of stick them in there. But that is another simple wreath. All I needed was the ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I had this on hand, this ribbon. Again, you don't have to use that. You could use a pipe cleaner and a frame and zip ties. So it's really easy to do. I hope you enjoyed these tutorials. Make sure you click that subscribe button. And if you made it all the way through this video, please hit the candy cane emoji. So until next time, we'll see you in Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.